Facebook.
Where my girls at? Where my girls at? Independent, free spirit. Ooh, it's some serious. Where my girls at? We link up in a cool minute. Where my girls at? It's going down, down. Where my girls at? It's going down, down. It's going down tonight. We going out tonight. Yeah, right. We going out tonight. It's going down tonight. Yeah, right. It's going down tonight. We going out tonight. Yeah, right. We going out tonight. It's going down tonight. Yeah, right.
Hey, girls at? Where my girls at? It's going down. Where my girls at? It's going down. Here we go, here we go, here we go. It's going down, girlfriends. How are you? This is the Force of Friendship on 910 a.m. The Superstation, WFDF, based out of the Detroit, Michigan. We got issues. Oh my goodness. Love, light, laughter, and lessons. Here we go again. Weekdays, Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. Girlfriends, you're looking good. You're looking good. You're looking good. I don't know how you do it. But I know you well enough that you weren't looking like this 30 minutes ago. Okay.
You got that right.
I know that's right. But we are here. You know what? You really are phenomenal women. I don't know how we're pulling this thing off. I don't know how we scheduled another major thing in our lives. So hats off to the girlfriends who have made a commitment to be positive, powerful, bring love, light, lessons, laughter to the people. Oh my goodness, to whom much is given, much is required. And so thank each of you for your commitment to excellence. Thank you for building a tribe. I believe we're making a difference. Hello, Facebook family. Hello, Call In Talk Radio. Many of you have never seen our face because you downloaded the 910 app. You're listening to us there. You're listening to us all over the world. And then we've got a loyal Facebook group. And you love to see our faces. You love to see Chris's jewelry. You love to see if my hair is going to be slicked back. You love to see if I'm going to be on have a hat. You love to see what Caterina's got on. You love to see if Gloria's going to show or not, because you know she's a world traveler. Sometimes she's here and sometimes she's not. But I tell you, she's done a great job because she's so busy. She still gets here. So to each and every one of you, happy Friday. It's a great day. Today we're talking checking in. There's a huge international challenge going on. It's called the Check-In Challenge. So really this is about checking in with those we love and care about, not feeling guilty that we haven't checked in, but doing a better job. I think we've all been there, that we wish we shoulda, coulda, woulda, and we didn't. And so this is about being a better friend, mental health. It's about well-being. And so we're here, you guys. We are here checking in with one another. And I think we're all vibing because Lavanya Pierman, the woman who hosts the show right before us, she closed her show. I caught the telling of her show, and she was saying, check in with your relatives. Check in with people you care about. And so it's all by God's design, right? It's all by God's design. And so I want you guys to check in. Tell us where you're calling from. Tell us how you're feeling. What are you doing? You know, we're so quick because we've been conditioned to say, we're good. But are you really good? If you're not good, it's okay to say you're not real good. When I'm not good, I say unbelievable. How are you doing? Unbelievable. And that can be read a lot of different ways. Today I am unbelievable. The news, you guys, Megan Stallion, oh my goodness, the rap artist, she gave away a full scholarship to a college student. So those rap artists are doing some good things. Give her a round of applause. Yep. I've never been a big Kardashian fan, but this week or soon, maybe today, tomorrow, the final episode. They've been running for 20 years, you guys. The final episode of the
20
Kardashians.
years?
Yeah, yeah. The final episode is airing real soon. And can you believe Kim and Kanye, both of them are already dating other people?
I can believe it.
I don't know what to say about that. Already dating.
I can believe
it. Is it true, you guys? I heard Kim Kardashian was dating Van Jones, who used to be the advisor to Obama.
No way.
I kind of heard that too.
Somebody needs to fact check that.
Sabrina,
J-Lo
is that the word on the street?
Too.
Is that the word on the street? What?
That's the word on the street. That's the word on the street.
What'd you say, Katrina?
I don't know. We got to check that. What'd you say, Katrina?
I would say before, we stay on Kim for a minute, but same thing with J-Lo. They say she got back with Ben Affleck. They just be recycling.
Oh my goodness. They go round and round, don't they? Girlfriends, they go round and round. Speaking about going round and round. So those are my hot topics. What y'all got going on? Hey, Crisette, my co-host, looking all colorful. What's happening?
Hey. Oh my goodness. You got some juicy stuff. They say if you want to know, call Sabrina. If you want to know the tea, call Sabrina. So I guarantee we need to have a show on, after you break up, what's the appropriate time before you hook up? Okay. After the breakup, when can you hook up? Right. But it is really a beautiful day in the D. And I'm telling you guys, I'm watching all of this that's going on about how during the Trump administration, how they had a few of the Democratic representatives, they had, their phone records. They looked at them, and all of that's illegal. You can't just take somebody's phone records. Some of their children, I believe it was Representative Adam Schiff from California and Representative Eric Swalwell of California. All of those, of course, have been critics of Trump, and he literally had the Justice Department pull, their phone records, looking to see, if they had individuals that they were talking to who was leaking information. And so that's the big deal that's going on right now. So, we just got to stay woke. Sometimes we think, we're safe because of all of the privacy laws and so on and so forth. But I'm telling you, if we don't stay woke and be aware of what's going on, with our government. Literally, this is just, a tip of the iceberg is what I think. So, that was really kind of concerning to me as I was watching it. It made me really feel uncomfortable because, again, when you're talking on your phone, and we know Big Brother sometimes is watching, but, you just kind of think, am I really secure when I'm on my phone? Who's watching? Who's listening? I'm gonna tell you guys. How many of you got Alexa up in your house? Okay, Alexa be listening to everything. Okay, Gloria. I think you say.
You know what I say? Alexa to everything. Your phone listens to everything. Your watch listens to everything. Everything is listening to everything. Your computer listens to everything. So I tell them you can point at whatever you want to. It's all listening.
You know what? You're absolutely right. Come on. So many of you guys know you could be talking about a pair of shoes, talking about a color, talking about something. All of a sudden, it pops up in your feed, pops up on Facebook. Right. So you know what? Everybody is listening. So you just better be careful what you're talking about, So right. I'm going to throw it over to, I guess I'll throw it over to the West Coast today. Yeah. What's up, Katrina? Here's Earl.
Well, I'm just going to say that everything is listening to everything, but I am going to tell y'all to go to your Alexa app and turn off Sidewalk. Sidewalk is supposed to be, I don't understand it. Somebody can say, but it gives
Alexa permission to basically to increase the cameras that law enforcement can use. So your Ring camera becomes law enforcement. So on your Alexa app, for our listening audience, you're going to go to settings and you're going to go to account settings and you will see Amazon Sidewalk. And I want to encourage you to disable that. And Alexa is listening to me tell you to do that right now. But it's a shared network. So they're saying that it's going to allow them to, imagine how many Alexas are in your neighborhood. So it's like increasing the neighborhood watch. Okay.
Wow.
So that's one of the things that's going on. I just want to say, I meant to say this yesterday, Sabrina, based on what you said, Chris, that yesterday when I saw Biden and Boris Yeltsin, is that how you say his last name? Boris Johnson, that's somebody else. Boris Johnson sitting down. I literally felt my blood pressure go like this, like it decreased. I was like, wow, there is a U.S. representative who looks calm, collected, and I trust that the backroom conversation is not about my demise. I mean, I just literally said, wow, I didn't sit and listen. But it just made me feel good, So that was my conversation about that. So Shanae said Sidewalk shares your network with others when it's interrupted. Yeah, they try to tell you the good part, but it's some other stuff. So anyways, Gloria.
Yeah. This is what I want to say. I want everybody to call in. I want to go back to Ben Affleck and J-Lo. Okay. I want to go back to Kanye and what's her name?
Kim.
Oh my goodness.
Kanye and Kim.
I want to go back to memory pills. Maybe I need to take some memory pills. You guys, it is exciting to be here on a Friday. It is raining in Baltimore. But you guys know I was at my girlfriend's house yesterday and it was a gorgeous house. So you know me, I get all wrapped up in the gorgeousness of somebody's house. I come home and I'm like, and then I come back to my house. I'm like, oh, it's nice here. So, it's always a reminder. Be grateful. We got a busy week planned. You guys are going to be watching us on social media as we all gather together for the big wedding. About this time next week, we're going to be in the D, getting ready for the wedding, and we're excited about it. And I don't have my outfit yet, but I'm going to get one.
Countdown to wedding time.
Countdown to extra, baby. Countdown to extra. We can bring in the extra. So you guys watch us. We're excited to be the messy, the classy, the bossy, the crazy. We're excited. We want to know who you guys are. So we're checking in. I'm throwing it back to Sabrina. Checking in. Yeah.
Hey, Sabrina, let's add in another one. The gossipy.
That's a good one. Oh, you always have one of those. The gossipy.
Yes. Oh, we know who that is.
Yeah, we got to get with it. Somebody said the episode was so good last night. It told why they broke up. Do y'all know why did they break up? Why did Kim and Kanye break up? I mean, the girlfriends on the chat, y'all need to tell us because none of us know why they
need to tell us.
Know.
Absolutely.
Put it in the chat. Tracy, tell us why they broke up. Why did they break? Tracy, you need to call in. You need to call in at 313-778-7600. Stop laying on the sideline. Call in and tell us what happened. We're gonna have let's have a fun Friday. We're talking about everything. Why? We're considering that we need to be checking in on each other and making sure everybody's okay.
Exactly. Another reason we need to check in so we can get the juice. Okay, you got to check in with those girlfriends because it's all kind of girlfriends. Checking with church girlfriend, get your prayers in. You got to check in with your bossy girlfriend so she can tell you what to do. You got to check with the nosy girlfriend to give you the gossip. Hey, we need all kind. It takes all kind to make the world go round. Oh my!
How about your
Boris over there in London? How about Boris and? He's newlywed. Did y'all know he's a newlywed?
Cool. Yeah, I just saw her for the first time walking with the president and first lady.
She's 33. Has had a baby.
Who is that, Gloria? I missed it. Who are you talking about?
I ain't say nothing. I just was looking up facts and it was sort of interesting.
Who are you talking about, Gloria?
Boris over in the UK.
Oh, okay.
Head of the UK. Head of the UK. You know.
Okay, that's what I thought you said, but when you said got married, 33-year-old, that's when I checked out. I was like, huh?
So it don't matter how you comb your hair. It don't matter how you comb your hair. As long as you're okay, we're checking in on you. We're checking in on you.
Well,
It
let
don't
me tell
matter.
you what you guys.
I was gonna add another why.
They're giving us the tea. They're giving us the tea in the chat. Somebody said they broke up because Kanye was getting sick of Kim. Somebody else said they broke up because he ran for president. Okay, I mean,
Sabrina,
I don't know, but somebody who knows Hollywood, they need to check in so we can get the real scoop. But in the meantime, you guys, let's turn the tide a little bit. As we're checking
Did you not
in,
hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, Caterina.
I was gonna say, what about this? Is another why. This y'all might veto this one, but your spendy girlfriend, because I was not spending money on clothes. Sabrina, you was not spending money on clothes, but this chick right here, Crisette, we didn't all got a new summer wardrobe because of her, okay? Because we just needed 3 pieces, and Sabrina got a whole bunch of stuff coming to my house now. Spendy. How many of you got a spendy girlfriend?
Ridiculous.
Like spendy your money? Okay.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, seriously.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous until they start posting and getting 1,000 likes. Then they be like, oh yeah, you know, I picked out this little something. Don't even try it. Don't even try it.
I showed you my hat and you were like, that's the wrong color. So now I got to go buy another hat, you know? So, but you know, I got 3 hats.
We're getting ready for a photo shoot. We're getting ready for a photo shoot. And of course, Crisette, you can't wear what you already have in your closet. You got to go get this and that, and everything is on sale by the time she gets through with you. You
know what?
Bro,
listen. I was always told, if you're going to tell a story, you need to tell it right. Okay, so we got to tell the right story. You got to have the right things. Come on, girlfriends. That's why you have different girlfriends. That's my lane. So when I'm in my lane, y'all let me work it, okay? And I step back in this your lane, okay?
And your money.
She worked.
Work your lane. 313-778-7600. Call in and tell us what your lane is. We want some callers today.
Oh my goodness, you guys. It is 313-778-7600. We are talking about checking in with girlfriends, checking in with family members, checking in. Oh, we have a caller. Okay, we got a caller. Hold on. Tracy's on the line. Okay, Tracy. Go ahead, Tracy.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi, Tracy. Hi. So this is the scoop. This is the scoop I got last night from Kim.
Okay.
Kim said that she said that her family had the big stuff. They had the money, they had the cars, they have the houses, but what she was missing was the little stuff.
Like what?
She said she wants the little stuff, like the everyday stuff, getting up together, doing this together, going out on dates. She said she just didn't want to live like that. Now that she was 40, she didn't want to live like that no more. She just said she just missed the intimacy of it. And she said she feels like she's 40 now, that she should find somebody who has that time to give to her. She said Kanye just didn't have it because he lives everywhere he lives. They don't live up together, so she just didn't want that no more.
Hey, Tracy.
I wonder what Kanye has to say. I wonder what his side of the story is.
Right. Tracy, how many kids do they have?
That's what. 4.
Wow.
They have 4
4 kids?
Mm-hmm. North, south, east, and west.
Let's be clear. Look, he was home enough, okay? You know, all over the girlfriend. She said he was. Tracy, thank you for giving us the scoop, Tracy. Thank you. That's why we need to check in with girlfriends too, so we can have full understanding. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you. All right. Well,
It's still Friday, you guys. We got issues 9-10 a.m. The Superstation. Today we will be checking in with self and others. Sometimes it's hard to check on others when you haven't checked in with yourself. And so during the pandemic, everyone, absolutely everyone has been impacted in some way or another. and our feelings during that challenging time may not have been feelings we easily recognize, as they may be feelings we've never experienced before. Coronavirus lockdown made many of us anxious, nervous, but some people returning to normal might feel nervous, anxious, and a bit scary to go back into our normal world. And that's for real. I went to the store yesterday. I'm like so confused. Do I wear a mask? Do I not wear a mask? Running back to the car to get a mask. Then they say you don't need a mask. Then I go to the post office. You better not come in here without a mask. And so you're just like on edge when you're out there in the public. Many have experienced death of loved ones. On the show before us, there was a woman, she lost her mother to COVID. Very, very sad. Very, very sad. Some are experiencing health issues during, they have health crisis. They've lost a job this past year. And so we're going to check in. We got to go, you guys. We're going to go to a break. 9:10 a.m. the Superstation, WFDF. We'll be right back to check in.
Hey, you guys, what's up? What's up? It is Friday. It is Friday, and we are excited as always to be hanging out with you guys. So, you know what? This is just a feel good check in, see how things are going. And so, you know, things are changing a little bit. Sabrina talked about, you know, going in. I'm telling you, literally, I went in somewhere today and totally forgot to put my mask on. And I think part of it is, you know, we've been vaccinated. And so I know that they're saying, you know, if you get the virus, you won't get as sick, but, you know, I don't know what it is. I'm like, girl, you forgetting to put that mask on. So how many of you have found yourself going into a store, especially there are some places you can go now that is not required. So that really kind of helps you forget, because, you know, people are in the store without their mask on, and you just, you know, they say they're going to do it by the honor system. But, you know, I have a car full of masks, but just sometimes jumping and moving so fast, forget to put it on. But you guys, this is check-in. So let me ask this question. When is the last time you checked in with your friends? When is the last time you just did a call to maybe somebody that you hadn't talked to in a while? I know we were doing a lot more of it during the heat of COVID, because so much was going on and this was so different for all of us. But, you know, now that things are changing, so you know, things are changing, sometimes we forget that, you know what, let's continue to check in and see how people are doing, because, you know, the world may seem like it's starting to go back to the new normal, but there are still people that need you to check in on them, and, you know, so that they know that somebody is concerned. So are you still doing that? Okay, so, you know, we're talking about feel good. What are some of the things that you are doing now that the world is opening up, the country is opening up a little bit more? What are some things that you are doing for your self-care? I know for a long time I was not getting no pedicures, no manicures. It was just like, you know, Kiera bought the machine and she was doing my nails, and I wasn't doing her nails because she's like, you know, too picky. But yeah, so what are some of the things that you're doing now? And how many of you are planning on traveling? Okay, are you planning on taking a trip? What about going away for the 4th of July, right? So put it in.
Here we go. We're back. This is Sabrina Goodwin Monday on a Friday with the girlfriends, Crisette, Gloria, Caterina, and Sabrina, 9:10 a.m. Superstation. We got issues. And so now we're turning our attention to checking in with those who matter most. It's been a tough year and a half. And I know that sometimes we get so caught up in our own things that we don't check in with people who are going through things. How can we do better, be better? I was reading, you know, there's this nationwide international challenge called the Check-In Challenge. It clearly is about being better for others, making people feel heard, be seen, know that you care, know that they count. I was reading this article, and it talked about people being more lonely during this pandemic than ever before, because many people didn't have immediate family around. Many people were experiencing the virus, but they were afraid to tell somebody they had the virus. You know, when the virus first hit, it was a taboo. You didn't tell people you had the virus. And so you had to suffer in silence. Now, there are some people, they're still going through cancer. They're still going through remission. They're still going through major illnesses. And people just kind of shut down because it was a lot that everybody was dealing with. And so I want to read this. And it talked about, you know, you have friends that you know you should check in with. They're family members that you know you should check in with, but life gets busy. What happens when life gets busy? How do you make sure that you're checking in with those who matter to you? They said that many times you have associates, friends, that they consider you a better friend, that you consider them a friend, and their feelings are hurt because you didn't call, you didn't send a text, you didn't write, you didn't send money during a crisis. But the bottom line is this, you guys. I think we can all do better. We just have to make sure that kindness is at the top of our charts. Reaching out to people doesn't cost a dime. It takes a little of your time. I know that sometimes it's draining because you've got your own life to live, and hearing one more story, one more thought, sometimes can spiral you and send you into a place you don't want to go. But the deal is this: when you check in with your friends, it means a lot. You provide your friends and family members with high quality, free psychological services that are completely outside the scope of your knowledge base. I mean, this is so true, you guys. The way I came up with this show, I was talking to a friend. She had been going through a major illness. And we started talking about how she felt like she knew people cared, but she didn't know how much they cared because they stopped communicating. And I said, it was a personal conversation. I said, well, I'm sorry. Reached out to you a couple of times. I didn't hear back from you. So I figured you were very busy or you weren't wanting to talk at that time. And she said, well, no. And she just gave me some education and understanding. So my lesson was, even when somebody else is down, it's not their job to communicate with me. It's my job to communicate with them. So that was a big lesson. And so, girlfriends, we got a caller on the line. Let's go to the caller and let's hear what she has to say. Hi, caller, are you there? Hello?
Hello? Yes, hello? Hi, can you hear me? Hi, how are you, Sabrina? Oh, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, who is this? Melinda. Oh, you guys, this is Melinda calling. Melinda, you know what, Melinda? Thank you for calling in. I was just telling them about my friend and how this show came about. So Melinda, talk a little bit about this subject. Talk a little bit about your journey of health, where you are, how friends checked in and didn't check in, how it made you feel. I would love to lean in on this conversation with you. Yes, well, I would love to share, and because I definitely went through a time of challenge during the pandemic, and in the fall of last year, I had multiple things hit me all at the same time, from the loss of my sister to several people all within like the span of 30 days. And then, of course, I was also going through some things personally with my health, and then being quarantined as a single mother. It was a lot to handle, as I'm sure a lot of other people were going through similar situations. But what I came to the realization about is, you know, even though I was going through that time alone, I felt alone, I was not alone. And there were times when I would have friends that would just reach out, even if it was just a text or a phone call just to say, hello, I'm thinking of you. It really meant so much to me during that time. And, you know, sometimes one person would be the only person that I would hear from that day. And I think what I walked away from that situation thinking is that, all of us, even myself included, I'm guilty of, not treating others the way I would want to be treated, or not being so self-focused. And so I think during times when you know for sure that someone has gone through things, because sometimes we just don't know what people are going through. But when we know that someone has gone through something that we know has to be difficult, even if they don't reach out, because sometimes they may feel like, I just don't want to even bother another person with my issues. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. Even just a text or, a quick phone call to just say, hey, I was thinking of you, means to mean the world to that person and bring a smile to that person's face. So that's just one of the things I wanted to share with everyone.
That's good, Melinda. We really appreciate that. That is so good. It makes me think about, and sometimes I know some people don't check in because they're in crisis themselves, they're going through something. And the moral to the story is, if you're not going through anything, we need those of you who are not going to step up, to do more of the I care, you count calls. Girlfriends, do you guys have a question or a thought for Melinda?
Melinda, I do.
I do. Thank you so much for calling in and sharing. So we truly appreciate you doing that, because we know, during this time, life has just been a challenge. So many things have challenged us. And so, Melinda, do you think it's important to know there are times when friends just want you to listen and not necessarily give you their opinion about things? And then there are times where you call because you are looking for suggestions. You are looking for input. And so in those situations, how do friends know, when it is a time where you just want to talk and you don't want them to give their opinion, or when you're calling to ask for advice? I think I would say listening to what your friend has to share with you. So, it would first start with you checking in with them, and if they return the call and they call you back, really just intently listening for what it is that you feel that they need. I think that people will tell you if they want to hear your advice. So, I think that we should hold off.
That's good.
Advice, telling them what we would have done until they actually express to us, what would you do in this situation? Or I'd like to hear your thoughts on this. But unless they say that, I think they really just want someone to just listen and say, I understand. Or, I've been there before. I know somebody who's been there before. So that they don't feel like that they're alone. You're validating their feelings, because everyone has a right to feel how they feel. So I think as a friend, we just listen, and then they will tell you if they feel like they want to hear what your advice is at that time.
Because isn't that true that sometimes you don't say anything because you don't know what to say? So you just shy away, you're afraid to call, you don't want to upset them. But that's so good, Melinda. Just listen. Just be there. Let them know that you care. You don't have to have a lot of words. That's really good.
Yeah.
One of the things, Melinda.
That's true, because, think about...
No, go ahead.
I'm listening. I'm listening.
Okay. I was going to ask you.
Okay, so I was just going to...
We're talking over each other. Melinda, you talk first, and then I'm going to talk.
Okay. I will just hold my thought. I will hold my thought at this time. Go ahead with your question.
Okay. My question is, when you think back as the conversations that made you feel the best when it was tough, what were those conversations that made you feel the best? because I think that a lot of times, like Sabrina said, people don't check in because they don't know what to say. And listening is one piece of it. And I know that when you walk away from someone's space, you care about how you let them feeling. So what were some of the things that people did that made you feel better?
So one of the things I would say is thinking about the person. So think about who it is that you're connecting with, because all of your friends are different. I think, most of us have friends that have different personalities. They have different love languages. And I think if you are friends with someone, then you know a lot about them already, or at least some things. And I feel like taking into consideration what it is that you know about that person first. And if that person is someone that you know enjoys words of affirmation, do you know that person enjoys being encouraged, then I feel like for me, then that is what would make me feel the best. For me, I'm a person who enjoys quality time with someone, and I enjoy time with my friends. Well, we know during quarantine that wasn't possible. But even, after things started to loosen up a little bit, if my friends know me and they know that I'm a person that enjoys time with them, then any way to make that happen, whether it would have been virtual or whether, once things open back up, I love to just spend a little quality time with you, and I think that is what makes me feel the best. Just knowing that they know what it is, that they're kind of leaning into, here, I know this person, and this is what I can do for her at this time.
Got it. Excellent. Love it. Caterina, did you want to add or ask Melinda anything?
Yes. I wanted to ask Melinda, thank you so much for this. Melinda. I appreciate it. And appreciate this perspective and so forth. Can you tell me, I'm going to ask the question that sometimes Sabrina's a feeler. And one of the things that I love and appreciate so much about Sabrina is whenever I'm going through something, you always take the time, Sabrina, to call. And I'm the person that when I have time, I like going and sitting with you, but I'm the girlfriend who doesn't always take the time to pick up the phone. So I want to know, Melinda, from you, was it bad when someone texted you and checked on you? I know at some point you want people to call, but I just want to know, sometimes we're on the go, we're just whatever, and you wonder, does that seem insensitive, like you weren't good enough for me to call? How do you feel about that? I would love to know.
Yeah, you know what? That's a really great question, because I did get texted quite a bit during that time. And I would just say a lot of times I didn't feel like talking. And a text really made me feel like somebody was thinking of me. I didn't think it was insensitive at all. Now, I will say that for my girlfriends, who typically I have to initiate the phone call to, because we know we all have different types of girlfriends, and some girlfriends, you have to initiate the call to most of the time. Or sometimes they initiate the call to you. I mean, everybody's different, but I had some girlfriends that I was used to initiating that phone call to them. And then I just thought, okay, I'm used to initiating the phone call. Well, now is the time I just don't feel like initiating that. Mm-hmm. So then that's when I thought, okay, I would love to hear from those girlfriends that typically I would call, but I want them to call me, because that would let me know that you're thinking of me. And, just as much as I would typically reach out to you, when I'm going through something, I like for you to reach out to me that same way, especially during that difficult season. But a text didn't make me feel any different or any less. You know, I mean, people are used to communicating through text, and I think that especially when you're going through something difficult, you don't always want to talk about it.
Right.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good, Melinda. Melinda, thank you so much. I've got one other question before we let you go. Thank you so much for calling in. The question is, sometimes when we are reaching out, emotions run high, and it becomes emotional. It's emotional on the receiving end and on the giving end. And I've been in situations, honestly, I'm going through things right now where somebody says the phone works both ways. You know, we've all been there, right? Where it's like, well, I'm not going to call. Well, she didn't call me. And I know we need to get over that, but it's real. Those are real emotions. But I guess the moral to this story, or the lesson here, is that we've got to be the bigger person. When you're not the one going through, you've got to really feel for the person who's going through on that end. You know, I got a situation right now. A long time girlfriend from way back. We really don't even communicate much now. She fell out with me and is mad at me 20 years. And so we never really patched things up. And her mother passed away not too long ago. Somebody told me. I didn't reach out. And so now she's mad at me again, all over again. I mean, it's crazy. But anyway, I don't even know what to say about that. But you treat me. Melinda, what would you say about that?
You know, I definitely have some thoughts on that, because that happens all the time. And it not only happens with our girlfriends, but it also happens with our family members. And, you know, for some reason, one person cannot extend themselves, won't extend themselves because they didn't hear from the other person, or vice versa. But what I will say, my thought on that is, and this is something that I always lean on, and the Word of God tells us that love covers a multitude of faults. Love covers a multitude of faults. So when you love someone, it doesn't matter who calls who first. It really doesn't matter. And that's why I said, even sometimes when you're the girlfriend who calls all the time and calls and texts all the time, that's fine too, because it doesn't matter who calls who first. It just matters that we don't allow so much time to go by where we haven't reached out to that person that we know that we love in our heart. And so there's nothing that we should feel like that we should hold against someone for any long, extensive period of time, especially if we love them.
Melinda, and I want to add to that real quick, Sabrina, because I was thinking as Melinda was talking and as you shared what you said with your friend, and I think sometimes the danger of letting something go by so long, the longer it goes by, the harder it is to come back together. And so one of the things I think too is sometimes pride gets in the way. Well, I reach out last. I'm always the one that reach out. And so, it's a real humbling thing to say, you know what, I'm going to put my feelings aside and I'm going to be the person that reaches out. But then you said, Melinda, the scripture that says love covers a multitude of faults. One of the scriptures that I use a lot is perfect love casts out fear. Because sometimes there are times where the fear of rejection, the fear of
What are they going to say? The last time we talked, it wasn't on a good note. And so sometimes it's some fear wrapped up in, we haven't talked in a while. How am I going to be received? And so you just got to dare to say, you know, perfect love casts out fear. So my love is perfect. And if I'm fearing it, then I have to check myself and say, now it's about me. And so I think at the end of the day, like you said, Melinda, you know what? Just go ahead and reach out. What do you have to lose? Because I always think if you're having a conversation with somebody and they ask, well, did she reach out? And they say, well, yes, she did. Well, how did you receive it? Well, you know what? I didn't think it was for real. Then guess what? They're the person that looks bad in the situation. It's not you. So I'm going to encourage you to call your friend. Call your friend.
Okay. I don't even know if she's a friend. It's been so long ago, but maybe. We'll see. Okay.
I gotta work on that one.
Okay, we'll see. Melinda, you've been amazing. Thank you so much for spending time with the girlfriends. We really appreciate you calling in. Love you so much. Love you so much. All right. We got another caller. You gotta be hungry. Thank you for having me. You're welcome. This is the Force of Friendship. We got issues on 9 AM Superstation. I'm going to tell you, I got issues, and that's why I'm on my own show. Okay. All right, we got to call you guys. Where's Bernice? Bernice, are you there?
Hello. I am with you. I have my own personal issues also. I usually solve them by reaching out and being a bigger person. Somehow or another, the older I get, the older my family gets, they expect me to be super mom, you know, with no feelings, because they was growing up with me, you know, in the community and everything. I made them like that. And sometimes I have to sit back and laugh. I just, anyway, the purpose of my call, because an incident happened this morning. Well, my oldest daughter was here and from Washington. So the other youngest daughter, she has 6 young adults, you know. But the bottom line is, she is redoing the house. So she's giving me a hand-me-down, okay, like wall plates and this and that and the other. So I asked one of my grandsons, when he put them up, and that was in March. So I asked him again when my daughter was here in front of my visiting daughter, and the daughter here, he said, "Oh, Mom, Malik have too much work. He worked hard." I didn't say nothing. So today, I said, this is June. I haven't got my wall fixings up yet. Now, I listened to them throw egg in my face and everything. As a mother, you know, the older they get, it seems like they try to intimidate my intelligence and go by the norms that mom is too old and her brain cells have decreased. I have more sense now, girlfriends, than I did in my younger age. Okay? So what's the solution? So one solution I came up with is to hire the maintenance man to put my wall fixing up. What should I do? Just wait till December, probably when one of my grandsons will be available. I might die before then. No. You don't put that out there.
Right. We don't want to put that out there. You know what? Your heart wants to have to step up on the wall. You need to get to step up on the wall. Instead of waiting for everybody to step up and say they're going to do this and they're going to do that. And now you're going to be mad from June all the way through December as opposed to looking at the step on the wall. So you know what? I'm excited. My wall is fixed. And when you come in December, you need to bring me some money.
You know what? I knew that. I told you my brain cells were stronger than they was when I was younger.
Right.
That was my solution. Then they turned around. Oh, you gonna spend money on a maintenance man? You can pay Malik. And I didn't respond to him. So now I'm going to eat here. I have a taste for some breakfast. So I'm going to Bob Evans to make my evening. But it is so funny how you raise your family
smart, not smart, but, loving and everything. And see, this is what you get when you get to be 78 years old. I mean, they throw egg in your face every chance they get.
Well, keep on checking in with your family. You know they love you. You know they love you. You know they love you. Check in with your family. Wow, you know what?
Different dynamics in all of our families. The bottom line is we love them and we can't leave them. And we can't leave them. We love them and we can't leave them. We thank you for calling in. Yes? Yes.
I raised them to be what they are. All you can do is chuckle and say, still use your brain cells. I want my brain cells for me to try to find a senior man or something like that. All right.
I hear you got a lot of you got the wall to get up and find a man, you gotta keep your brain cells. Girl, thank you for calling in. We love you. Thank you.
We sure thank you for being part of our tribe. Have a great weekend. Thank you so much for calling in. Thank you. All right, y'all. We got Casey. And she said, when I call to check in, I want to check in. And when people call me to check in, but then all they want to do is talk about themselves. What do you do when somebody calls and they're supposed to be checking on you and their conversation turns to themselves? Gloria, you have amazing people skills. You've always called at the right time when we have an issue. So take that one, Gloria. Take that one.
Now, I cannot believe you called on me because the whole time you was reading that, I was like, I'm going to figure out a way to get off the phone with her. If she called to check on me and all she do is talking about her, I easily would say, girl, I got to go. I'll talk to you later. But I also will tell you, the other part of me was I go into questions. When people call me to check on me and then they start talking about themselves and it starts to get on my nerves because it does happen, you start asking them questions point blank, like, hey, Judy, Judy, we've been on the phone for like 10 minutes. Did you call to check on me or did you call to tell me about what was going on with you? Either way, I just want to know which one of those you called to do. Like, I'm just like, be real clear with it because I believe in treating people the way I would like to be treated. So if I called to talk about, to find out about you, and then my ego got in my way and I started talking about all the things that were happening with me and you were not feeling good about it, I would want to know. So I'm going to turn the question around and figure it out. Either I'm going to get off the phone with them because it's going to make me mad, or I'm going to call them out and ask them what it is so I don't get off the phone thinking about them negatively. I'm just like, what did you call to do so we can have a clear conversation? Because we've been talking the last 7 minutes and you started saying that you were calling to find out about me. But you started talking about yourself. So maybe I need to listen to what's going on with you and you feel a need for me to know what's going on.
That's so good.
Or you need to get off the phone.
Wow. Good. Thank you, Gloria. Thank you. So what does checking in actually look like for so many different people? It looks like different things. It could look a lot of different ways. Here is a non-exhaustive list of some ways it can look like. Based on things that friends have done, have made a difference and actually been helpful. Which method works for you is going to depend on many factors. The nature of your friendship, your physical proximity to the said friend, your own abilities, your energy level. So many different factors. What method works with one friend may be very different for another. And so these are just a few things, you guys. A quick text message. We already talked about that, whether by phone, text, Facebook Messenger, Twitter, DM, or otherwise. Checking in electronically can be done just like that. So our challenge from the girlfriends, you guys, take 2 people today and check them with somebody who's been on your mind, on your heart. Check in with them today. This is Check-In Friday. What you might want to say, you crossed my mind. I know you've been struggling. I know you've been challenged lately. Know that I'm here for you. I'm so sorry, X, Y, and Z. Know that I'm here. Is there anything I can do for you? Something like that, just very, very simple. So they said quick check-ins via text are perfectly fine. The other one we've already talked about. Just listen. Call someone. Say, I'm here to listen. I'm here to listen. On advice given, it's best to ask directly if a friend wants advice before you just be spouting stuff out. Because, you know, we all have those friends. They know it all. They know every situation. They got the answer to everything. And so, you know, sometimes before you start spouting advice, be a better listener. Let's see, offering practical services. If you know your friend has limited access to things they need or they are unable to do tasks, give them a list of services that can be helpful. Give them a list of resources, because sometimes that's what they need. They need more than I'm praying for you. I'm gonna put you on the prayer list. How about, I mean, see, Gloria, seriously. I mean, really, because, you know, sometimes they're just saying that and they're not praying, okay? Let's see. Gloria, stop laughing. We can all stand to improve our ability. What, Gloria? What, Gloria? Do you have something you like to say?
No, it's just so funny. Like, that ain't enough. I'm going to pray for you. That ain't enough because you ain't. You need to add to that list. That was funny. That was
but for real, we're going to be better. We want to be better, right? What were you going to say, Caterina?
Right. We got to be better.
I got two questions because I'm the one of the four who need the most help in this area. But my the first thing I've started to do this year that's better for me is when I tell someone I'm going to pray for them, like I really have started to put them on a list, because truth be told, if I don't write it down, I'm lying. I either pray for them right that moment or I literally put them on my prayer list, because otherwise it's just words. If you really pray, don't say you're going to pray. But my question is, how do you handle it when you call them because you really want to, but then they want to just talk forever and you don't have forever? Sometimes you don't call because you just literally don't have 30 minutes or an hour to talk.
Caterina, I told you, there are people that, you know, are really, really talky. So you call them, I don't want to say call them getting off the phone, but you call them and you tell them, you ran across my mind. I only have 5 minutes to my next meeting, my next program, my next whatever. Right. But I just wanted to check in because you ran across, and I just believe when God places a person on your heart, you need to talk. I really wish I had more time, but I just wanted to tell you doing. And so you tell them up front, you only have 5 minutes. If you have more, of course, you say more. So I think that's a way that you can absolutely do that.
That's so helpful.
That's so good. That's so good.
I'm going to do that with my two people today, Sabrina.
What'd you say, Caterina?
So when I check in with my two people today, that's going to be my script right there. Okay?
That's good. That's good. That's good.
Hey, Caterina.
Hey, Caterina.
And I hope those two people aren't listening to the show either.
Exactly. You guys do something kind. Do something nice. Right now, I got my girlfriend's 2 babies. She needed a break. She's had a really tough year. I said, go away, take a weekend. It's her first time in a year that she's been with. I got a 3-year-old, a 6-year-old. And so even in the middle of the show, I've got work to do. I've got programs. But I said, bring me those babies. You guys, what can you do that will make a difference for a friend or a family member?
Right. That's
it
good.
Makes a world of difference. Our time is up, girlfriends. You're amazing. Thank you for being in my tribe. You've always been there for me. You always check in with me. Let's check in, you guys, with the world. 9-10 a.m., the Superstation-WFDF. Do know that we've got a lot going on the station. Tune in. We've got the Chevrolet Detroit Grand Prix, Saturday, June 12th, 1:30 to 4:30. Sunday, 12 to 3, Bell Isle Park. So all of you who love the races, make sure that you tune in. And then we have Pastor Robert Tilton, Thursday, June 24th at the Westin Hotel in Southfield, Michigan. Lots of great things going on. Blessings, girlfriends, and to our listeners, have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday. Ciao.
Ciao.
Woo.
Glad to have y'all with us today. That was an awesome show, Sabrina. Awesome show. Especially when you were ending with the little girls. That was awesome.
Okay.
And she was, you didn't even know, Sabrina, she was standing right by you. She's so cute. She's standing there, and you just talking, and she's standing there looking at you.
But she's like, we got issues. I got issues.
I threatened him. I said, stay in the room. Don't come out. I'm on live radio. Do not do that. And she's like, I don't care what you said. Okay? I don't care what you said. When are we going to the swimming pool? You said you take me to the swimming pool.
They got on their swimsuits and everything. Now that was
At least they didn't come naked. At least they didn't.
Oh my goodness. Well, you guys check me out.
Facebook. Bye.
See you later. Bye-bye.